Hey everybody, Newleaf here, and today we are here to once again look back on the previous year. And besides, of course, giving a top 10 of all the games that we have played, of course, we also have to talk a bit about the cool conventions that we've been to, our amazing adventures at PonyCon Holland, at UK PonyCon, and Galacon. Were all super splendid. There were so many traveling adventures and memories to be made, every pony, and undoubtedly we may go to more conventions in the coming year. I don't know how many or which ones yet. That depends on the contract situation, every pony, and of course how many days they get off. I usually don't know that until the new year. But for now, ponies, I have a few in my mind that I'm looking at right now, ponies, and I'm even trying to get my siblings to come one of those conventions because it's been tough to get them to come, but I'm on the verge of getting them to come there. I just need to pass a speech check, every pony. Anyway, ponies, with that out of the way, let's jump into the main reason I made this video, the top 10 of all the games of the past year. There are some surprises in here, some crazy ones. Without further ado, begin, everybody. Let's open this top 10 with a horror game that we've played, Twilight Escape. Twilight Escape puts you into the body of Twilight Sparkle, and you must navigate a dark path because you have been taken into a pocket dimension by a book, but you are not alone down there. There is a dark creature that is trying to eat you, and as you're trying to leave this dark dimension, you also discover that there's been ponies in this book before you. But those souls have not been so fortunate. They have met their demise at the creatures within this book. And as you scramble through the darkness, enjoy the ambience, enjoy the sounds, enjoy the many functions you had in this game, like teleportation, and you could even use your own light, I think. You really get a lot of the important things of a horror game. You get great ambience, you have this sense of dread happening, and yet you still feel like a pretty powerful unicorn who's trying her best to escape from the fangs of this evil creature, and that definitely means this game earns a spot on this list. At number 9, we have Mega Pony, a platformer that combines both ponies and Mega Man for those of us who've been around, which is a kick of nostalgia and something new in one bite. This is a very challenging platformer. It is definitely not something for the faint of heart. You will have to absolutely bring your gamer face onto this game if you want to try and beat it. It has a cool story. It challenges the player. It, of course, has adorable ponies, interesting mechanics, great platforming too. It feels very smooth. It feels like a game that you can learn and get better at it. You can do combos, and yet you can get super creative because you get access to the main 6 as well, and then you have like 7 ponies to choose from. You get their abilities, and at the same time the game still gets harder, and that gives us a perfect mix between difficult game and great balancing, and that is why I believe this game should be on the way up as we climb this top 10, every pony. Let's go into a non-pony entry on this list, Fallout 76. It was a massive surprise to me. It is no secret that this game had a disastrous launch. Just about everything that could have gone wrong got wrong, and today I can openly say this is actually kind of a right to play. We've gotten to see most of the story. I'm almost at the end of playing it. There will be a separate stream where we finish the game, and it's pretty cool. You have, of course, you as the sole survivor running around the wastelands trying to figure out how to get rid of the pest that is taking over everyone. And yet you have some familiar mechanics like settlement building. You can make friends. You have multiplayer. You have a more realistic combat system, as I feel like in comparison to Fallout 4. You have improved weapons and armor. They have durability. You now have to look for water and food. And of course, you have a massive map to explore, which makes Fallout 4 feel a lot smaller compared to this. And that is why this has been such an impressive game. It has been a big game. It has absolutely conquered its past and rose above it all, everybody. And this is why this is such an impressive game to me. It's something that I didn't expect, which easily gives this a spot in this list, everybody. Further up into this list, we come to an official game which has been maintained for over a decade, every pony. Yes, A mobile game that has been maintained even way past the end of Generation 4. It is still getting updates. There is still events to participate, free ponies to gain. There's still so many people playing this every time there is a competition, and it feels like you're never going to run out of content. Of course, it has become a little bit more difficult to beat the game, but you still can totally do it without having to spend a single nickel. Compare that to the most recent mobile game we've gotten around Generation 5, and you are very, very happy with what you're getting here. Seriously, I don't remember us getting that much support for a game since. Think about it. People have been investing time, effort for 10 years, and at this point, even past Generation 4, they're like, you know what, let's keep going. And I agree, I keep going. It is a fun game. I'm definitely going to keep playing this some more, and yeah, let's hope they never stop. But of course, this does keep me a little curious for if we're gonna get some cool stuff for Generation 5 as well. A massive surprise on this list, and another game that has absolutely impressed me, Roblox. We have stumbled into this game multiple times throughout this year. This is indeed one of those spots where official support also happened, where I think Hasbro made a little bit of a cute map for us to walk around, but we also discovered that there's a lot of fan-made stuff. People have remade Equestria, every pony, believe it, that's tough. But we have pony models, we have some roleplay servers, we have locations remade. Last time we even seen someone remake the whole of Canterlot High, the school from Equestria Girls. There is some serious dedication going around, and I had no idea about this until we stumbled into it this year, everybody. Roblox didn't have the craziest of reputation, but after this year, knowing what the fandom is capable in this game, I will never be looking at this the same, and there is no question at all whether this deserves a decent spot on this list, every pony. But it does also tell you, ponies, that the second half of this is gonna have some tough customers. Seriously, every pony, I started today with 27 games and trying to cram them into top 10, not easy. Breaking into the top 5, we begin with My Little Pony Havoc, a role-playing game that was at the top last year and is still in the upper half this year. They finished the game. Finally, we get to experience the entire story. I think it is believed to be 30 to 40 hours if you play through the whole thing. It has twists and turns. It has great writing. It has cool combat. It has a smooth gameplay perspective. Considering how many role-playing games we have touched on this channel, that is not something we should ever take for granted. This game's awesome, and of course, we don't know where this game is going to go from here, but I already heard that there is a few achievements added to the complete game that we're playing right now. There is a few more bits added to the story as well, and it's nice to see that, you know, the game is still improving, that there is still development happening, and that is what makes it exciting, is being part of such a long journey, following from beginning to the end, and seeing as it grows. It's almost like watching a little child grow, right, ponies? I don't know if that's weird. Anyway, yeah, this is a cool game. Anyway, go to number 4 before things get a little crazy out here. Let's open this top 4 with a game that has also been around for almost a decade. We are still getting what feels like quarterly events. There is so much to do. It is an open world with what feels like endless possibilities at this point. You can be your very own pony. You can go on quests, help other creatures out when there's something to do. You can become a miner. I think you can become a craftsman pony. You can decide that you want to be a magician. You can make potions. You will literally never run out of things to do in this game. Take this from some pony who's played this for, I think, 4 or 5 years. We're still not at max level, and they're still adding more stuff to keep us distracted from making progress. And it's a good thing. It gives us more to work with. It gives us more to enjoy. And to top it all off, there is so much support also from the community side as well, that they host events like the very recent Christmas Secret Canter thing. There was also the Flight Show when they had their 6-year anniversary of being open. And all that together, all that effort coming from both sides, the developers and the community itself, gives it a very warm and homey feeling. And it really gives us this feeling that this is going to go on forever, as it feels. And as long as this goes on, I'm going to be in for the ride. Let's come to a game that has been so influential on this channel that it even branches out into other videos. Of course we're talking about My Little Karaoke, every pony. I have literally sometimes not been able to hold myself from singing just because I heard some of the game's music. But seriously, this game has been part of conventions, part of some of the videos, of course, but of course also part of some activities with my friends when we just decide, hey, it's a good time to get some karaoke and sing. It is a great thing for a group to sing along to and have a good time. And of course, it does give a little bit of competition vibes, and it also is still getting updates. New songs are getting added. Even recently, we got a few new songs added, and that really makes it like something to come back to. But of course, it's addictive. Singing is addictive, and to me as a pony, I cannot stop coming back to this. It is also a great thing in the morning to start your day with a song of karaoke and make sure the neighbors know that you're awake. Really. Besides, but serious to note, everybody, this is an excellent game, and it is still going, and it is great fun, and I'm sure every pony, if you've even interacted with a convention, you know what this is, and know why it is so awesome. And for number 2, we have Equestria at War, a game that has gotten a recent update even, and is about as in-depth for a mod as I've ever seen it. It is so good that I've heard people who don't really know much about the pony fandom flock to this mod because it feels like an improved version of the game. We have in-depth story. You can spend hours reading through the lore. You, of course, have some great strategy planning that you can do. You have a lot of involvement as the player. You can guide your country. You've seen it. We've played the Realm of Kyria, where we became North Korea in some weird way, where we got separated from Korea and had to fight the South. And then we did fight the South and became glorious leader New Leaf. And we were put into a position of responsibility where we had to maintain a gold vault and make sure that our country doesn't run aground, and it really makes you feel like you're responsible for what you're doing, and that deep sense of role play really brings this game home. It makes it feel alive, it makes it feel vibrant, and it makes you want to keep going. And of course, with the amount of different countries, there's not just Kyria, there's zebras, there is griffins, there is of course ponies, there is changelings, there's been polar bears and penguins added too. You have your pick ponies, you can pick whatever you want, you're gonna have a good time, and that is exactly where this game deserves to be, so high on this list. But only one game deserves to go even higher, every pony. So every pony, it's time to crown a king, and the king of this year in terms of pony games to me has to go to Philly Astray. This is a game that I've ran into in the year of 2019, where we found them at Galacon at APC, where it was just a bare-boned demo. I think they had like 1 or 2 stages there, and that was just about it. But of course, for those of you who've been following since 2019, know that we have followed this game's development for as long as it has been around. And we've gotten to see it grow, we've gotten to see it get new stages, new enemies, the mechanics, of course. And of course, in this year, I think it was beginning of November, after 4 years, they've finally gotten a full-fledged release. The whole game is out. We've gotten to see the journey complete. We have a very interesting game with in-depth combat. It feels a little bit like Rain World, every pony, where you have mechanics that you learn as you go, like you have flips and dodges and shield attacks. The game doesn't necessarily tell you about them, but it is up to you to learn them, and that is what makes this interesting. You're learning the game as you're going, but of course the game also gets difficult and challenges you to do so. And that, I think, is great, that it develops the player as you go along, and of course it has adorable ponies to top it all off. There's no question for me if this was going to be first place or not. This was just such a spectacular ride, not just in this year, but what we've seen so far. And of course, I already hear there's other games coming soon, but this one, I mean, this one's gotten so big that we even have a small speedrunning community now, and that already, to me, speaks volumes of how good a game is and how interesting it is. If it attracts speedrunners, attracts casual players, attracts me, who's played like hundreds of hours in Rain World. And it is an interesting one to pick up if you haven't already. It doesn't cost a lot. You can get it on Steam right now, and it highly recommended, every pony. Anyway, before we round out this video, let's talk a little bit about some of the games that are coming for the new year. Oh, we have some things coming, all right. So, every pony, like always, of course, you have to now look into the future and see what else is coming in terms of gaming, and there is a few. So, of course, we can't forget about Battle Gem Ponies, which is gonna get something within the first few months. And it's not just something, but a full release, much like Philly Astray. This game is about to come full circle and go the long distance of giving us a full release. Then we have the ponies, which may show up with the first demo. We have newcomers as well, like this game. Actually, ponies, let me give you a little bit of a show of this trailer here. What an interesting little trailer this was, huh? This almost has Legends of Equestria vibes, but of course we have some familiar faces and ponies in this. And it's going to be exciting to see where they take this. And of course, I also heard that a demo is also coming to us this year. So as you see, ponies, there is still so much to come. Updates, new games. We are not running out of gaming content anytime soon. And ponies, I'm going to try to get a panel going at a game-themed convention with ponies near the end of the year. Alright, ponies, most of a teaser is that. Alright, ponies, but I suppose with that, I thank all you lovely ponies so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. And remember, ponies, new year, new opportunities. Better get out your resolutions. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Be notified whenever there's a new video. There's new stuff every single day, including Pony tells you that 80% of all New Year's resolutions are broken within the first 6 weeks of the new year. Oh boy, every pony.